Hey everyone, so in this video I'll be doing the assembly and a demo of this Ikea Renberget chair that I've got here. So let's quickly unbox this and we'll see what all we've got in the box, and then we'll get started with the assembly process. So for taking the contents out of the box, if you notice there is an icon here that says do not use a sharp item. That's because the chair is tightly packed in here, and if you use something sharp then it might damage the material of the chair. So I'm going to use a guitar pick over here, but you can use something that is blunt and not very sharp. Alright, let's see what all we've got in here. And then we have this piston which will sit on the base, and then the top portion of the chair will sit on top of this. So this is what is used to adjust the height of the chair. Alright, so the next thing that we have here is the backrest, and in this backrest itself they have kept all of the attachments and stuff. So let's get this out. So this is one of the handles. Let's keep this aside. These are the casters and the screws required for it. I think all of the screws and bolts are in here. The next thing that we have is the push back mechanism which sits under the chair, and then you have this lever to adjust it. So yeah, let's keep this away as well. And then this is the second arm. This is what will sit on the base, and this is where the legs will get attached with the casters. So let's keep this aside. This is again a part of the base assembly, so let's keep this aside. And yeah, I think that was all that was packed in this backrest. So let's zip this again. And then down here we have the seat to which the handles will get attached, and also the base section, the control thing will get attached. So let's get started with the assembly process now. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention about this. So this is a booklet that you get. It has detailed instructions about how to assemble. So in case if you face some problems following this video, then you can refer to this as well. So the step one of the assembly process would be to assemble the base first. Now this is a central attachment that you have in the packaging. Let's take this out. Yeah, so that's how you need to match the holes and push this in. We'll do this for all of the other rods that we have. So that's done, and now we need to push those the screws that we have got in the packaging. So there are different kinds of screws. So let me check the packaging information. Yeah, so these are 8x in number. Then we have 4x of smaller screws, and then 10x of more smaller ones. Yeah, so as per the manual here, we need to use the smaller ones. You can see that there are five legs, and they have 2 holes each, so you'll require 10, and the smaller one is in 10 in number, so this is what we need to use. So let's push this screw in, and they have also given the Allen key, so you won't need any power tools as such to get this fixed. Yeah, so these are the small screws that I was talking about, and ensure that you don't misplace any, because I don't see extra screws in the packaging. So let's fix these on the legs. So with the Allen key, you can see that it's definitely going to take a lot longer. So in case if you have a power screwdriver, then definitely use that. For the demonstration purpose, I'll just stick to the Allen key for now, but I'm definitely going to use the power tool that I have at home. Now, since it's getting time consuming, let me get my drill machine, which also acts as a screwdriver. So this thing is tight and secure now. Let's fix the casters to the 5 ends that we've got here. Alright, so now installing the casters is the simplest part of the assembly process. You need to place it over here and push this in, and that's about it. So I've done it already for the other 4 parts, and our base is ready, on which we'll be attaching the piston and the rest of the chair assembly. So let's fix the other parts as well. So the next thing that we need to attach is this mechanism to the back of the chair, or the seat of the chair, not the back of the chair, but the seat of the chair. So let's get those 2 items in picture. So this is the seat, and if you flip it upside down, you'll find those 4 holes on which we need to attach this thing. So here again there's an important thing. This rotary thing is something that will be pointing towards the front of the chair, or towards the labels, you can say. So don't mount it this way, it has to be placed in this manner. Now here we need 4 screws. So let's take a look at the screws that we need. So here we need to fix these medium size screws. So these are the 4 medium size screws that we need. Now let's get them pushed into those holes over there. Now here again you can use the Allen key to fix all of these screws, but to keep things simple, I'm using my professional toolkit over here. So while assembling this, the key thing is to not tighten one screw all the way inside. You need to just push it in first, and then slowly tighten all of the screws. So don't tighten just one screw completely in and then try to push the other ones in. So I've placed the 4 screws. Now I can begin with the tightening process. Alright, so that's done. Now the next thing to do is assemble this piston rod, and the first thing that you need to do is take the cap out and throw it in the bin. So let's do that and then follow the next instruction here. Yeah, so that was the thing that you don't need, and this is the piston which we need to place on the bottom part of the chair, and then this will sit, the seat will sit on this. So this thing again is very simple, something that you can't get wrong. You just need to place it in here, and then we'll be placing this on top. So if you notice, there's a hole at the bottom here, and this is what you need to match with this top portion over here. So yeah, that's done. So as per the manual, the next step is to assemble the arms, and then we'll go for the backrest. So let's get the arms attached first. Now pay close attention to what I'm doing here. So if you notice, this is the front end side of the chair. This is where your thighs would be resting, and this is the section where your back will be resting. So the way you need to place the arms is this way, so that this section is exposed, and this is where we would be mounting the backrest. So let's push those screws in here. Let me actually tilt this so that you can see what's happening. So now for the time being, I'm going to keep it loose. We'll attach the other handle as well, and then we'll get the backrest attached. So let me lift this up and we'll attach the other side of the chair. So the last bit of the assembly process is a bit tricky one, and for that what you need to do is basically place the backrest over here, and notice the curved end is something of this sort. Don't keep it the other way, otherwise the assembly would not be proper. So the curved thing stays on top, and now we need to push the screws over here. Like there are two holes over there and 2 for this arm. So let's get that fixed. So here you can understand why I have not tightened these arms, because it gives you that flexibility to push these screws in here. If you would have tightened it very tightly, then it's almost impossible to install this backrest. Now we can lift this, and we need to push two additional screws, one over here and one on the other side. Alright, so that's in there. Now we need to tighten all of these screws which we have kept loose. So let's start with the bottom part of the handle. And then we'll tighten the top section which takes care of the backrest. And for our final bit of tightening, let's use the Allen key again to ensure that everything is tight and secure. So that was it for the assembly part. You can see that we have properly assembled the chair, and now it's time for a little demo. So this is how the chair looks when it's kept at a desk, and I think look wise it's quite premium. Although it's a budget chair, the looks are quite good. So on that front I would give it 10 on 10. Now coming to the handles, if you observe, these are flat and they don't have that curved thing, which again is a good thing because you can push the chair under the table when it's not in use. Now let's take a look at the comfort levels. So with respect to comfort, I think here again the chair is pretty good. There's good amount of under thigh support, and the back rest is quite comfortable as well. You get this height adjuster using which you can adjust the height, and there's also a mechanism to control the lean back. So when you push this height adjuster rod in, you basically lock the lean back, and when you pull it out, you can lean yourself back. So this is good when you're in a meeting and you want to relax a bit. So you can use the lean back to get in a comfortable position. And one more thing about the lean back is you can adjust its tension using this round knob, the tension knob that's under the table, and then basically you can either make it tight or make it loose as per your comfort. This is a bit tricky to handle, so you can't do it like every time, but once in a while you can definitely adjust this. Alright, so now that being said, let's take a look at the caster wheels, which are again an important element of any office chair. Now these casters have a self-locking mechanism, which means when you're not sitting on the chair, those get locked, and it's not like difficult to move the chair around, but I'm not sure why this is done, but yeah, it is what it is. And when you're actually sitting on the chair, those move quite freely. So let me demo that as well. So now when I'm seated on the chair, you can notice that the caster wheels are moving freely. So yeah, that's one thing to note as well. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope this video helps you in assembling the Ikea Renberget chair properly, and I hope the demo is useful as well. So thank you for watching this video, and do subscribe to my channel.